Oh, oh, hello. I'm living. So, Libra. Oh, Libra. My gang. So, you guys, Libras have been going through it for a few years now, a decade, a lifetime, eternity. So it seems, right? It does seem like we've been going through something for so long. I cannot tell you. Let me just turn this down. So you guys know that I'm naming all of the videos for February after like songs or bands, and I'm playing that album or that band. And what we're listening to right now is a band called Luna Luna, and the album is called For Lovers Only. How appropriate for Libra. So I have these cards laid out for you already, Libra, and let me tell you, they are pretty intense. And I'll get into it, but I'm going to tell you why they're already laid out. Because, I've just been doing so much, and I lay the cards out sometimes, intending to do a reading, realizing that I don't have time, and then I just have to leave them. So yesterday, this is what happened, and I read myself before this, and there are some cards here that were in my reading. So this isn't my reading, it is, but it's your reading. So I'm going to read them, and what I'm going to also do is pull some cards and place them into clarification areas to just bring some freshness into it that hasn't already been revealed. Then I'm going to pull a card from the Romance Angels Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. I might only pull one card, but if a card pops out, then I'm going to read that card. I also read the one that's at the bottom. So that's two cards. If one pops out, it's three. Then I have the soulmate cards here. I'm going to shuffle those and pick one unless something falls out. From now on, I'm going to take the pop-outs as bonuses unless they are pop-outs for like the reading. Actually, there was a pop-out for the reading, and I'm going to start with that one. So right off the bat, I'm getting sadness. Like an overwhelming sense of sadness, like welling up. And I can tell you that I have cried like every day for maybe like a week and a half. I don't know, something like that. But it really is just a song. It might just be like a place that I go in my head. So how have you guys been feeling? I want to hear your feedback. I want to know what you've been going through as Libras. Because I definitely have been experiencing some intense transformative energy, ones of cycles ending, cycles beginning. So let's get to the first card that popped out. It's the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is, talking about commitments, and it's talking about securities, but then we're talking about water, which is unstable. So we're talking about insecurities, and we're talking about insecurities within, what you believed thus far, right? Because when you think of the fives, it's related to the Hierophant, and it talks about how we believe, how we allow our greater divine energy in our psyche, or just even those that we look towards to kind of be of guidance to us when they go wrong, or when we see them failing, or when we see that something isn't as perfect as we thought that it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? And all of the fives are fixed energy, so it really is something that is almost a little transfixed, if you will, for lack of a better word. Something that is stable, but it's stable in a way of stubbornness, by way of not wanting something to change. That kind of thing, being comfortable within a certain way of being, feeling, thinking, doing something set. Disappointment because something isn't the way that you thought it was going to always be. Or because something was challenged. You were challenged in the way that you saw something or the way that you felt. I was only thinking of you a few minutes ago. Hi. So yeah, these fives, they're related to the Taurus energy of the Hierophant. Institutions, this could even be within a commitment that you have in a marriage or something. You might have been involved with a work, right? Something with work. Maybe you guys feel disappointed by a work venture. But this could be disappointments in love because it's cups. Much love, hope you are keeping well. I'm trying to, darling. So the fives, yeah, that's what I'm getting from this. Hold on one second, you guys. I wrote words down on a list because I use the tree of life to kind of help influence how I read the cards. And what do the fives say? What did I write down? Severity, yeah. So it is. It's talking about it's unexpected circumstances that arise that challenge the way that you saw yourself. So then your ego, your spirit is a little bit dampened by the challenge, right? Nothing is ever going to be as easy as it has always been. So you have to be able to deal with that. That's why your belief systems, right, tie into how well you fare within life's most challenging circumstances, right? So that's that. You're being challenged emotionally. You can't see your way past something because you're not using your divine sourced energy to help you, right? That type of thing. You're in the middle of a conflict and you probably thought that you were in a different place. Anyway, it's calling for you to understand that there is a need to adapt to a change that you're being forced to acknowledge emotionally, the way you feel about something. You might have a close tie to something. You might have a deep emotional, sort of nostalgic appreciation, if you will, for something. But in a sense, it's almost, sorry, hold on one second. Oh my God, hold on one second, you guys. It's almost being destroyed, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like that thing that you are looking at now is kind of in jeopardy, right? So I feel like the fives talk about things being in jeopardy. Hold on, I don't know what that is. What is that sound? Okay, if it keeps going, I'm gonna stop the speaker. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. Okay, so let's keep going. Now, the reading is kind of serious. I know that the tower is not here, but it is the 16th. And I kind of had a tower moment that I initiated a while ago. Anyway, let's look at the center of the reading. The center of the reading is the 10 of Swords. And nobody really likes to see the 10 of Swords when it comes up in a reading because it has that dark sky, right? And the person is dead. It feels like a sort of betrayal, a backstabbing or something. It's like a sequencing of events. The expansion of the knowledge, right? The principles of something. Your perspective has been exhausted in some kind of scenario. It's almost like you feel like it's gotten too big to handle and something has to be done. This is Sun in Gemini, I believe. And the sun is fixed, it rules Leo, so that's talking about just the intensity already of something. But I'm not going to go too far into that. This is the ruin of something. And this is the complete awareness of the ruin of something. It's like a baby death card here. You know what I mean? So something has died for you. And it is being echoed by this card right here. The 5 of Cups. right? And whatever it is that has died, it's almost like you needed that thing to happen, but you're almost kind of like just you're transfixed on that feeling of it having to die. Yes, career, right? Definitely career. There's a lot of fives here, you guys. And the fives are talking about purpose, your sense of purpose. So your belief systems sort of help you develop a sense of purpose, right? Absolutely. I'm so sorry, you guys. I haven't been like feeling that well lately. I've been doing so much. And the day that I did the whole paint with my friend, I think that I was like getting sick that day, but I was like not paying attention because I was like, I'm going to get painted. And it was snowing that day, very randomly. Okay, so the Ten of Swords. Absolutely. We don't like that energy. Over and over and over and over and over again. What is that? Is that a Hot Chip song? Over and over and over and over and over. There's red here. So you feel passionate about this ending. About this thing. And whatever it is that ended, it's not like you can't start over with something, right? It's not like, that's the fear. That's the fear of starting over. Starting from the beginning of something smaller than it was before. Or maybe just completely different. You know what I mean? Did this person lose 3 cups out of 5? Or did they lose 3 and haven't rediscovered 2? You know what I mean? That type of thing. What is it? But the sun crosses you as the immediate influence, one of the most positive cards in the deck. And how is this going to be your present energy, okay? And then the immediate influence, the challenge coming in, bam. So this ending is illuminating something for you. Or maybe the illumination has caused the ending. And that's why this reading is called... What is it called, honey? Revelation, Daydream. Had no choice, too. He was leaving his girl and wanted us all to be together. Oh, Lord, honey, no. See, that's the thing. It's like I've been dealing with some stuff like that, too. Anyway, I'm not even going to go into what I'm dealing with. But this is the sun. It's number 19. 1 and 9 is also 10. But on this deck, they're all Roman numerals, okay? So it's the expansion, right? Something growing. Yes? You're focusing on that. You're understanding that. And then your awareness growing from the expansion or from seeing something become a little bit too overwhelming. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm getting like some things were too good to be true. Oh my God, yeah. But you know, this is saying that now you're going to step into your vitality. Now you're going to feel emboldened out of this. Even though you feel like you've lost something, when you lose something, it frees you up to gain something else. You know what I mean? And it really isn't about the gains. It really is just about, you know, the journey and what you're learning from the journey. That's why you have all these 5s here. But you have like a 10 on a 10. Yeah, it's so weird though, because with the sun here, you have the XIX. Okay, 10 and 9. Right. It's the expansion of something that has completed itself. Right? Something got swell up, got so big. Maybe there was something that happened that brought your awareness, that woke you up, that shook you so much that you were like, yep, it definitely is over. For sure. In my head, it's done. This is kind of like a dead to me kind of thing. But, you know, that's intense. I would never say that to anyone. But you know what I mean. It's over. That's what the fuck this should have been called. Okay. It's over. Oh, look, babies. Libra Sun and Libra Rising here too. Double trouble. I'm a Libra Sun and Libra Rising, honey. And I have Pluto in Libra. And Saturn is in my first house. Conjunct Pluto. It's just a lot. But the sun is here. You know what I mean? That's saying that you can now be who you are. You don't have to try to conform, status quo, number 5. You were trying to conform to something, right? And get some kind of emotional gain out of it. But when you try to conform to something, the emotional gain and the emotional outlook is a little bit askew, right? Because you're conforming. You're not being true. You're not being honest to yourself. You're not being honest with yourself. We all need to be honest with ourselves. Be my revelation. Oh my God. Who you telling? Sheesh. Okay. Wow. So that's that, y'all. Oh my God. It says, be my revelation. I'm crazy when I talk. My baby's never dancing in the sun. Okay. So much. Anyway, so that's that. Present. Let's look in the past. Another 5. More conflict. But this was probably like just feeling like you didn't know what you were going to do. You probably felt like you didn't know how to act or what to do about this thing that you wanted to end, but you probably felt like tied to for some reason. This is Saturn and Leo, so this might have to do with, somebody trying to really just restrict how you saw yourself. That's why the sun is here and as the immediate influence and the challenge over the 10 of swords. And then the 5 is also here in the past. But a 5 popped out as well. This had you feeling emotionally drained. You felt you felt lacking. You felt like you were lacking something because of how this person or because of how this institution or this event made you feel. Right? And it sort of got in the way of how you did things, how efficient you were, how creative you were allowing yourself to be. It's like the heavy energy of Mars and Scorpio here. There might have been some jealousy issues within a relationship, right? And that's something that might have been a part of that whole relationship for a long time. It's like some people are jealous in their relationships and they're the ones that people should be jealous of because they're the ones doing the bullshit. You know what I mean? I can't tell you how many times I've been in situations where people or places or things have made me feel like I wasn't enough, or it made me feel like, insignificant. But it was because those people probably felt insignificant, right? And this is definitely a feeling of insignificance because look at all of this, right? Competition definitely makes you feel insignificant until you win. You're like, it doesn't matter until I win. You know what I mean? So there could have been some competitive energy in a relationship or within an institution or in a work atmosphere. You know what I mean? Some of you probably were like crying at work, in secret. Some of you probably hated being at work. You know what I mean? At some of those places. Because there are a lot of 5s here. Okay? Saturn is the planet of karma. It's the planet of restrictions. It's also the planet of lessons. It's the teacher. So there's a lot for you to learn here, especially with it being a 5, right? Related to the Hierophant, and then it being Saturn, okay? And then it being Leo. Wow, this is saying that you were definitely restricted in what you were able to do, what you were able to say, how you were able to speak, all of those things. It was like your freedom was restricted, right? Because the sun is very free. It is. It just is there. It exists. All the planets are free, but you know what I mean. Ain't nobody gonna be able to stop the light from the sun unless some clouds or something come in front of it, you know what I mean? But that's kind of what this is. It was like the clouds came in. Somebody brought the clouds. It's almost like this is the clouds. The challenge, the immediate influence. Someone's, basic principles of how they looked at life was just affecting you in such a way that it made you see life in a different way, or made you not appreciate certain aspects of your life because you were trying to please someone. Right. Yes. There's some resentment issues, you know what I mean? And the other day I cried. I had to look at myself in the mirror. I had to forgive myself. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to do that. But I have Pluto in my first house, so I can get really intense. People don't really think that because sometimes I'm kind of like, It to me, I was like for about 4 months or 5 months restricted in life, barricaded myself. Yeah, that's what this feeling will do. This is a feeling of lonesomeness. This is a feeling of taking yourself into solitude, away from other people. You know what I mean? So you can sort of like deal with those emotions and deal with all of that. Okay, so let's look in the sun position. You've got some atonement. You might be forgiving some people. You might be forgiving some things that happen. You might be forgiving some things and just saying it is what it is. It is what it is. I can't go back and change any of that stuff that happened. I can't go back. I can't change any of the things that were said. I can't change any of the things that I saw. I can't change any of that stuff from the past. You know what I mean? And even though all of those things are what affect me and make me feel the conflict, I have to find some kind of resolution for myself. You know what I mean? And that's where the revelation comes in. You're like, I have to forgive certain aspects of you, me, it, us, stuff that happened. You know what I mean? I learned from it. That's what the fives teach us. All the fives. They're like, learn from this. They're not all Saturn, but they all have a feel. They all have a certain extremity to them, right? That you have to kind of come out of that extreme place. It's a little bit of like balance through spirituality in a sense, because it is the Hierophant, right? What are you looking towards to sort of bring some balance to yourself when you are being challenged? Stuck back at square one. That's how you feel with something, and that's why you have to let it go. That's why we have to let it go, okay? Because we've probably gone over something over and over in our heads to try to make it make sense, and then it's like, you don't want to try to make something work if it's not working, right? If it's not working here, if it ain't working here, don't try to make it work up here. You got a weird attraction to some person. That's okay. That's okay. You know what? I have not really dated anyone or seen anyone or had sex or any of that stuff in months. And I kind of like it. I'm not saying that I'm a Libra, honey. Double. Pluto in the first. Venus in Leo. Jupiter in Sag. I can throw. Anyway, it's not about that. The Judgment card here in the Sun position is talking about you're letting go. You're letting go of your fears, right? And what do our fears have to do with our anxieties? Pretty much almost everything, right? You're letting go of fears. You're letting go of anxieties. You're choosing that. That's why the sun is here. The sun is shining on that placement for you. You are choosing to do that. And it also has to do with a sense of power and purpose, too. You're looking at your power. And you're looking at how you've given away your power, how you've exercised your power in different moments, and how that aligns with your purpose and what you're moving towards. Yes, exactly. You know, if the universe is taking people out of your life, especially if they've done it over and over again and you've gone back to that person more than 2 or 3 times, then it's saying you need to step into your power and see for yourself. See for yourself, okay? See for yourself, darling, that something is never going to change. You're going to try to change for something that never is going to change. Right? You're going to try to change, adaptable, Sun in Gemini, for something that is never going to change for you, Sun. Okay? That's 2 suns. I was talking about binary stars. Anyway, so let's go continue with the rest of the reading. So you're letting go of some stuff. You're forgiving some people. You're not even asking anybody to say they're sorry to you. Some people are ooh, and I'm coughing too. Some people really want to apologize to you. But you know what? Some people really want to apologize, but they never will. Let's just say that. Even if they really want to, they never will. And you have to realize that is reality, and that's what they do, right? Because some people don't want to admit to their weaknesses. Some people don't want to admit to when they were wrong, right? Because then they are vulnerable to their life experience, and that means that they are being challenged to learn from their life's experience. Here we go with the moon position. 5 of Pentacles, Mercury, thinking about the hardships, money, where you live, where you feel like you might want to move to. Because Mercury is a planet that moves around. It's kind of like unstable air, if I can even say that. You know what I mean? It's like all over the place. And Taurus is a sign that is very weighted and very, they like a sense of security. They like to be taken care of. They like to take care of their family. So this is like, you might have even had some anxieties about taking care of yourself. Taking care of your body, some of us. You might have even felt like there was no one there to really help you with what you were feeling like was the real issue. Emotionally, practically, that type of thing. Mercury and Taurus. Thinking about security. Other people are not going to bring you security. You can only find that for yourself. That's what I'm getting from this. You've been evolving. Things have been changing. You've had to let some things go. Some of you guys might even be missing people or be missing children, or you might even be missing pets, that type of thing. Some of you are being emotionally affected by a job that you're thinking about, possibly leaving, and what that might mean for you financially. Or you may have left a job recently, and you may have thought about what that means for you financially. You might be going through that right now, financial sort of, not downfall, but a decline in your finances that might be making you be a little bit sad. It's kind of making you a little bit depressed, like your financial situation. It's like you're okay. Not you're okay, but you're struggling through. You wish that things could be better. And I'll get to something later in terms of that, because I think that things will get better from there. Some of you might be wanting to talk to your marriage partner if you guys are married. You feel like communication is very important for you guys to evolve together emotionally. You're just thinking like, if we're just physically here for each other, then that's not really going to do it for us. There's more than, just us having sex or physically being next to each other and having dinner with each other and, being within our boundaries with each other. It's fine. Just because we're together, that doesn't mean that we're growing. You know what I mean? That type of thing. That's what I'm getting. Just because we're together doesn't mean that we're growing together. Are we growing? Are we evolving? Right? Do we feel like are we getting anywhere? And if we're not, then we need to look at how we can. And if it means that we have to turn around and leave each other to go find a better way alone, that's okay. And that's why I'm going to get over here to the anxiety position, which is the 8 of Swords. And that's Jupiter and Gemini. right? You might be feeling guilty about something. You might be feeling guilty about not being able to provide something financially for someone in the institution of a marriage or in the institution of a relationship. You might be feeling guilty about leaving that job, like I said, or you might be feeling guilty about leaving a project. You're worried that something is your fault, or you're worried that you won't be able to make it out of something for some reason. You've been waiting anxiously to commit yourself to having the courage to say something to someone or to communicate something to someone. And it might be about money for some of you. It could be about a job, being committed to a job. And it's just because these are severe issues that you're dealing with. You've been dealing with severity on a daily level. Like, you've been doing a lot, right? You've been doing a lot. You've been very active, but then at the same time, you feel like you've been complacent at the same time, right? So there's a lot of different polarizing energies going on with you that are making you feel exhausted. And that's why the sun is crossing you here with the 10 of Swords, right? Some of us are feeling a little bit exhausted because of all of the things that we've been going through and experiencing. And now let's look at the Mars position here, which you have Mars in Pisces, which is the 10 of Cups. Is Mars in Pisces right now? I'm not really sure. Let me see. Mars, where are you? Where are you, Mars? I remember. Guys. Moon said so, Mars. Okay. I'm not sure. Where is Mars, you guys? Could you tell me? Anyway, this is Mars in Pisces, and Mars has got to be like in Aries or Pisces right now. And Mercury's there, I believe. Mars in Pisces. This is saying that, you want to put some aggression into your family, probably. Some of you need to call your family and talk to your family a little bit more. Because they'll be here for you. You know what I mean? They're always here for you. That's why it's a 10, right? Also, this is relationship-wise. Some of you might just be putting more focus and more energy into cultivating a more fulfilling relationship with yourself, right? Because it is a Pisces card, so it's talking about the fulfillment of something, and you may be adapting to the expansion, the idea of expanding oneself, one's own emotional security. You definitely aren't lacking there. You're going to feel like there are things that you're going to be able to do to tap into your creativity, your subconscious energy. It's saying that as well, to help you deal with these anxieties that you're going through. Yes, definitely sad and depressed through a hard time with finances, having family help me right now. Okay, yes, I understand. Once you start to release those things, Judgment card, right? Freedom, atonement, release those things that don't even serve you anymore, then you're going to feel like at least some of these elements of conflict here that you're in the middle of will subside. You'll move forward. Speaking of movement forward, I'm going to get to the card that was at the bottom of the deck, which I should have started with. I love you guys. Thank you so much for liking the video. The Chariot is at the bottom of the deck. So with all of this energy going on with the conflict and the severity of your finances and the relationships and the karmic soul attachments that you have with people, and just the creative forces that you feel like are against you or have been against you, were against you in the past. You're past that. That's in the recent past. It's been a struggle, but now you're moving forward. You definitely are feeling a little bit more confident, even though all of this stuff has happened, right? All of this stuff has happened. You've got the Chariot card here, right? You're not feeling stagnant anymore. You're not feeling stuck in one place because you've forgiven something. This is sort of like movement forward spiritually, but it's in like a subconscious way because this is like a water kind of card. It's Pluto, related to Scorpio, which is a fellow water card of, Cancer. And you open with the Scorpio card here. Letting go, you know? Some things will never be the same. And it's going to take some wisdom because there's a lot of gray here. Gray wisdom all over the place out of these restrictions that are happening, out of these challenges, out of these misunderstandings that you're having for your experience and what you're meant to learn. Some things have been going on for so long for us that they need to change. You know what I mean? Because that's what needs to change in order for us to welcome in the abundance that we have coming towards us. You know? Because it does get better in this reading. Although you do have a lot of fives. But the Chariot is at the bottom of the deck. Black and white, yin and yang, right? Life force. Committed to making a choice. Committed to deciding for oneself what it's going to take for you to feel confident. For you to feel like you are stepping into your purpose. For you to feel like you are understanding and you are acknowledging and you are sensing and you are getting, the beauty out of your life. Right? It's talking about purpose. For sure. And this is the major card. This is what's at the bottom of the deck for you, for us. So this is really pushing forward in this reading. And then you have the Sun as well, which is crossing the Ten of Swords. It's like putting the latch on the Ten of Swords. Right? It's over. Then you got the Ten of Cups here in the Mars position. Hey, I like that more than the Ten of Swords. And I like that the Sun is over that. There were some truths that were illuminated for us that really kind of shook us. Really kind of shook us, threw us for a loop. Maybe it threw you in some of your old behavior, some of your past stuff, some of the stuff that you feel like, you're not proud of, right? So you had to forgive yourself. You had to forgive parts of you from then. Make a choice to let go. Set yourself free so that you can move forward and really step into what you're meant to do, what you're meant to be, who you're meant to know, who you're meant to meet. Freedom. This is freedom, right? From subconscious, holding yourself back subconsciously because of your feelings. You can't control your feelings, but you can control how you act upon them. That's why they're there. It's a GPS, right? It's a navigation system for life. Where we at, y'all? Okay. Let's go to the Mars position. Or no, let's go to the Venus position. In the Venus position here, which is the advice, you have the Six of Pentacles, which is good. Venus is the bringer of harmony and the bringer of peace. So, more harmony, more peace is coming by way of someone investing in you, someone investing their time in you, or someone allowing you to invest your time for a return financially. It's a 6, so it's partnership, it's cooperation, it's acknowledgement by others, celebrative energy of like giving. It's like you deserve something, so you will receive something. And this is you being grateful for that thing. It is saying express gratitude, right? Even when you feel like you're lacking, express that gratitude because you're still here, right? You just still need to do some work so that you can start appreciating your experience more while you're here still. Let go. Moon and Taurus. This is talking about security, right? The moon nurtures. So this is some part of you being nurtured through receiving or through giving, right? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter because it's an exchange. It's a positive exchange. It's one that is very warm, and it is one that is it's not looking for a return. It's the plain out generosity. And this is understanding where your resources lie, making the best of them. That's what the sixes do in the tarot. They make the best out of something because they come out of the five, after the five. And thank God you have a six here because you got a lot of fives, right? And it's a pentacle. Let's look. What does it say about the fives? Where's that book I have? Let's see. What I have. Fives. Oh, I already said that. Six, I mean, beauty. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about the beauty of something. I feel like you're gonna get a resurgence financially. Definitely save money when you get this money that you're getting, or when you get this job that you get that is more money than you were getting before, or this project that you get a chunk of money from that you feel good about. Put some away. Open that account or put some in the account. That type of thing. Make sure that you are planning wisely in terms of investing, saving money, that type of thing. Accumulating something. Sorry. So now let's look at what's going on here in your future cards. And they're pretty good. Your creativity. You're tapping into your creativity. You've got some ideas going on here. But those will start to come out a little bit more once you start letting go of these things, letting these, control issues. We all have them. Anyway, you're going to start to receive things. You're going to start moving forward. And you have anxieties about it. You feel vulnerable right now to your own thoughts. And I can feel you talking yourself out of saying negative things to yourself at moments because you know it's not good for you. You know you're bomb. You know you're game. You know what I mean? But sometimes we do challenge ourselves and the way that we see ourselves by allowing the way that others see us, the way that they falsely see us. It allows us to, or we allow them to kind of get in our heads, and then they can kind of like fuck with our courage, our pride, our strength. They start to mess with the way that we see ourselves. You know how we shine. You got to step out of that. I'm sorry I'm missing these comments because sometimes I have to just look where I'm looking. But yeah, definitely stop worrying about that. Because these are small issues, you know what I mean? It's small things, it's little things. We want big picture here. But the good thing is that your anxieties is the 8 of Swords, hour. And then in the present, our energy is a 10. And the sun is putting a stamp on it, right? It's a brand new day. That's what I'm getting. It's a brand new day. That's fierce, right? Look at the black sky and look behind it. And does this. Right? Hiya. Get up, boy, and get on this horse. Or whoever that is. Get up, child, and get on this horse so we can ride off. Yeah? So you got the Queen of Wands in the future. This is a businesswoman. This is sort of like someone who is very good at getting things done because she's very involved. She's enthusiastic about getting things done because she knows that she can do it. Very confident. You're looking off confidently into the future. You see yourself doing things well. You know, you definitely will be a little bit more cautious about how you allow yourself to receive others in the future. You know what I mean? But you're gonna have this air about you, though. You're gonna have this air about you, right? You're gonna have the Queen of Wands air about you. Yeah. I'm going to still be that energy of wanting to express, but I want to express through action now. I'm not just going to feel things. I'm going to do things based on what I am feeling. And I'm going to be following that off of my intuition, which is my greatest GPS system, right? It's like if the GPS system is telling you to turn right on Auburn Avenue, I'm from Atlanta, and you're turning left on Piedmont, I don't even know if they're near each other. Why are you doing that? Why are you not listening to your GPS? Right? Your intuition, your gut. What are you reaching for? What answers are you reaching for that are right there? That's like going to the grocery store for something that you already have in your fridge. No, you're just wasting time and money. Wasting time and money thinking about stuff that is none of your business. Okay? Right. I really want to stop wasting my time. Yes, follow that GPS. Right. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, so you're definitely going to be listening to your intuition more. If some of you guys are, some of you guys might be tarot readers. Some of you guys might be working with, providing products for people, spiritual things like that. Some of you might be helping people with, expelling energy, things like that. Maybe you're helping people on their spiritual path. You're going to be picking up on that. That's going to be doing very well. We have the Queen of Cups here, and we have the Chariot card here, and we have the Queen of Wands in the future. So this is saying that, you're going to be moving forward and doing more things in terms of like your spiritual work, which is good. You might be helping other people. And creatively, too, if some of you are artists, because the Chariot is Cancer, that's creative expression. The Queens are definitely creative expression, right? The Sun, creative expression. Ace of Cups, at the top of the reading. I didn't tell you that yet. Creative expression, by way of what? Using your subconscious, your emotions, right? Thank you, lovely, that's me. Yes. Ace of Cups, y'all. This is focus, the awareness of receiving a new awakening, right? This is you listening to that subconscious, listening to your dreams, listening to your intuition, letting that guide you. Cancer Moon here. Cancer Moon. So this card is for me. This card is for me too. This is a good card for me. And I also have Pluto in that first house, right? So if you got Cancer energy, Libras, if you have Scorpio energy, Libras, that's good for you. This is Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And if you have Venus in Libra, okay, definitely start to express yourself in the ways that you want to. If you're a dancer, If you're someone who wants to do your monologues or you want to read your poetry, you want to play your music not just live in front of people, but record videos and do it online, do that. If you want to start, if you want to be a stylist and you don't know how to do it, just start styling your own outfits and posting them and say that you're a stylist. You know what I mean? You have to be what you want to be. That's how I got into this. And they were like, you are going to be this. Hiya, here's 2 cards. You found them. Now take them home and look at them. All right, you guys. Ace of Cups here. Bringing some new love into your life. This could be, a person. It could be a pet. It could be something being offered to you that's making you feel, the beginning of some type of satisfaction. Emotional, new satisfaction. You're like, this could be a good thing. You're like, this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. But it's like with something else. It doesn't have to be like a person. This could be somebody offering you, an experience that you're going to appreciate. That might have something to do with the arts. Someone might want to take you out on a date. Some of you guys. So I'm going to pull some cards from the Romance Angels Oracle deck for you, and they should go with this 6 of Pentacles here in the Venus position. Nothing fell out, so I'm just going to do the one that's at the bottom of the deck and the one that's on top. Okay, so at the bottom it says, stay optimistic about your love life. Now we're listening to Skin Shape. Philoxeny, their album, which is not a real album, which is not a real name. Sorry, it's a very real album. It makes me cry every day. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Okay, so you guys have to start thinking more positively, okay? Step out of this place of feeling like nothing is going to get better, or worrying about whether or not people are going to receive you, worrying about whether they're going to notice all the little quirks about you right now. You're not going to be perfect for anybody, and they're not going to be perfect for you. Stay optimistic about your love life, babies. Right, because when you start thinking negatively, that's only cultivating more negativity, right? Building and building and building. It's like your negative thoughts are gravity, and like everything that is negative is going to come into the gravity that you're creating, right? It's the law of attraction. That's what it's called. Hey, they offered me a contract in algebra, New Wing Marketing, musicians, and called, let's see. Ooh. Yeah, this could be a phone call, for sure. Jupiter and Gemini, anxieties about that. Growing, about communication. Do I have the strength to say yes or no? Am I committed? Am I going to wait? Am I wasting time by waiting? By giving an answer? Let's read the card at the top of the deck. Let your friends help you, baby. Ask for and accept support from others. So, I've been open with you guys a little bit more about like how I've been feeling and, just my going through the changes and the fluctuations. Feeling depressed at times, crying. But I feel like crying is good. It's very cleansing. It's very therapeutic. Some of you might need to take baths. If you do spiritual baths, do that. If you haven't, try it. Do a spiritual shower. Do a spiritual soul cleansing, right? With water nearby. Put some flower petals in that water while you're meditating. Maybe a tea light floated up in there. Light it. Bam. Light some incense. Put some music on. Maybe use a little something with a tone. You can even I color sometimes, you guys. I do all kinds of things to bring myself into a place of tapping into my subconscious so that I know that I'm still alive. I'm still a human. I'm still feeling. I'm not letting the fact that other people have, very cold water rushing through their bodies, right? I posted something on Providence Tarot's Instagram today, and it said, don't let bad people stop you from being good. You know, don't let them. Because that's what it was meant to do. It's toxic. Beauty. Okay, I brought the pearl mall out too for you guys, right? Venus coming out of the water. Okay, Cronus, Saturn, the fall. Okay, so now I'm going to pull a soulmate card for you. These soulmate cards get really kind of like, ooh. I hope that the song that I cried to isn't coming on next. Okay, it didn't. And the flame just went out on the candle that I have. I need to go to Home Depot today, you guys. The toilet in the bathroom is like leaking or something. I think a screw is just loose on it. This is TMI, but you know I'm a Libra. I'm sharing. But I need to go get like a bucket or something and like some pliers so I can screw that thing on. I am High Priestess. I do herbal. Yes. I'm not sure if I should give her a second chance. Oh, you have a twin flame. She's a Virgo who came back. Not sure. Virgo's not in this reading, but the Six of Pentacles is here, and it's talking about your routine. So your daily routine is definitely going to be affected by probably someone coming back in the form of a person, or maybe some of you will start to see your daily routine bring in more money for you, okay? Because 6 is related to the 6th house. And these 6s are related to, and the 6s are related to Mercury. And Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So there you go. It's very, ooh, up in here. Very knotted. Very crisscrossed. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this. I don't know why I cut this deck. It's not a tarot, but I'm cutting it. And now look at the bottom. The bottom message says, in order for you to heal your relationship with another, you must first heal the relationship you have with yourself. Forgive yourself. Accept yourself. Love yourself. Wow. My cards. And it's probably not the obvious thing that you should be forgiving yourself about. The stuff that you're holding on to from a long time ago. But you have to start peeling back the layers, right? Because you're not going to get to it so quickly. You got to start small. It's small, right? It's like you got to peel back the crust before you even get a chisel to it. That's how, this is how this affected you. Letting go of that pain and that fear and that resentment is the pain that you were holding on to the whole time. That's what I say. For sure. But we talked about forgiving yourself at the beginning of the video. I talked about how I looked in the mirror and I cried and I forgave myself. I talked about how I accept myself. I talked about self-love. Healing. This is a healing card right here. Opportunity to heal. Yes, accept it. Right? I got these for myself for Valentine's Day. I don't know what I was doing on Valentine's Day last year, but I was probably like fleeing my home because my boyfriend was like crazy and trashed the place. By accident, he fell over. I have pictures still to remind me of it. I told you Libras were going through a lot. I'm being open with y'all right now. I also fainted last year around this time after I left the house on February 6th. I woke up on the bathroom floor and I was like, I would never be down here. What am I doing here? And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, fuck. Ah! And here we are a year later and I still have this scar. But I am not with that person anymore. 6 months pass. I still have a scar. I still have a few scars from that. And it's not because of anything that anyone did to me. It's just from like, different things. But they still are reminders of what happened, how far I've come, how I need to love myself, be aware of energy vampires, narcissistic people, people that lie to you, people that tell you that they're telling the truth, knowing that they're lying to you, that type of thing. I love you guys. Yeah, I felt like I was like, you know, emotionally destroyed for a while. Kind of, that's what it felt like. But I don't feel that way anymore, thankfully. And those people, the audacity to reach out, I'm glad I got out of it too. I often think about posting that picture, but then I'm like, maybe there are some things that you should just keep to yourself. I don't want people to be scared and think that I was like being physically abused, because I was not at all. Not at all. Okay? That probably would have turned out so well anyway. I got a high leg. No, but it was a lot. And a lot of sadness because I'm like, oh, you could have been so many, you could have done, you could have been, you were so beautiful. No, no. Stop making excuses for things that you can't change, that will not change because they're in the past. Like I said, you got to forgive it. You got to understand. Ooh, it's getting late, y'all. I done went in with Libra today. Okay. Oh, I love you guys. Dwelling on the past and future keeps me from experiencing the power of now. I make a conscious choice to be present. I accept love now. I am grateful for your love. Because you will always be. So could give details without dropping. Thank you so much. I love you too. All the flowers, right? You want details about the job opportunity. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to pull one card for you, but I will say, based on the chariot being here, you know, it does have to do with how you relate to your experience. And how you relate to your experience is what's going to, you know, attest to how confident you are. It's not that, you know, you haven't had the right attitude or you haven't had the right situation to happen that would give you more confidence. You have to have that. And you have to understand how to cultivate that within yourself. So when something comes towards you as an opportunity, you can see it as that because you are confident, or you cannot see it as that because you're not confident, or you might be feeling vulnerable to taking advantage of the opportunity and the challenges that may come after that. So you have fears of moving forward. Therefore, you don't feel confident enough to take anything. So now you're holding yourself back from even seeing that things can get better. I'm going to say that. But let me pull a card for you. Right, making a choice, like I said. And this is Venus in Cancer, right? So you got to receive the love from yourself by making choices that are good for you, making choices that mean something to you, and not just making choices because other people think that they're good choices for you to make. That's another way to be really to step into your own career. You know, I have worked in places like Seamless. I liked working there. I've worked at Starbucks. I've worked in spas. I've worked for temp agencies. Worked at City Center. I like doing that because I'm a dancer, so those are dance offices. What other places have I done? I mean, I've worked at like so many different types of places. I've tried to transcribe. I didn't like any of that. I'm a Pilates instructor now. I'm teaching dance. You know, I went to Juilliard, so it's great that I'm actually teaching dance. Um, and I'm also reading cards. So the stuff that I do Could I pull a card for your twin flames intentions, young Callie, young Kale? I'll do that. Yeah, maybe I should do a live session one day where I just pull cards for people for free, like a single card. Oh, I love you. Thank you. Philly in the house. Ooh, Philly would be fun. Okay, so let me pull a card for what he's thinking, or say that again. What do you need me to? What do you want me to pull for? I'm living that the video is staying on in line. Oh, the lights are cute. Ooh, honey, I'm gonna have to do like Aries or something later tonight. What's the question, darling? I'm listening. I'm waiting. I didn't see it. It flashed up. I was reading it and it left. I'm double there. His intentions. So are you guys involved with each other right now? Or do you even know, like, do you know your twin flame, like, by face and name? Or is this just someone that you're calling, you're calling in? Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do it one night. You know who she is. Okay, cool. So let me pull a card for you. I'll do a soulmate, okay? Because it's sort of that energy. No matter what changes life brings, nothing will change my love for you. You give my life purpose. Because of you, I feel safe. I am forever grateful. Thank you. That's what the card says. Now let me pull another one from. You're welcome. I know the soulmate cards are pretty. Wow. So at the bottom of the deck was this, right? Cancer. Then I pulled this, Venus in Cancer. Then I pulled the stack off, and then I got the moon. Wait, you guys are going so fast. Libra rising, Cancer sun, Pisces moon, Gemini Venus. Ah, so much. Ah. Please like to see if he notices me too. Does he notice you? Well, I just pulled the moon. I feel like this is hidden. He probably does notice you. He might just be he might be going through his own emotions or his own emotional evolution, his own cycle right now. You know, he might even be involved with someone else that might be making him feel sad. You're not crazy. You're just kind of like going through changes, you know. You might be, you know, when we are emotional or we were experiencing emotions, our emotions are unstable. They can change at any time, you know. They can. Libra, this was fierce. Twin Flame came back after 5 months apologizing and told me she still loves me. Well, let me tell you something. I have blocked some people. The one that fucked up the place by accident. I feel bad about that because I know that that person is going through some pain. But, like, I experienced that for near, like, 2.5 years. So, like, at this point, there ain't shit I can do for you, honey. And yes, I'm doing fine. If you're out there. Because this is your video. Just gave a little hint. But nobody knows your sun sign. Oh, oops. Libra slip. Oh, gosh. Oh, it's Pamela Coleman Smith's birthday today, you guys. Happy birthday, Pamela Coleman Smith. The woman who drew these beautiful images, Pamela Coleman Smith, she, by her hand, March is Women's History Month or Women's Appreciation Month. You got some women here. 2 court cards. There are 2 women in your future that might be pivotal in helping you move forward. That message is coming in now. Yes, so it's her birthday. You know, she was born on February 16th, 1878 in Middlesex, England, and she went to the Pratt Institute of Art here in New York City, in Brooklyn. And there's an exhibit being done on her there and her life. And She always comes back when planets are in retrograde. Right. And Mercury will be going retrograde in Pisces, I believe, March 6th. Her art is legendary. Okay, beautiful. I would love to see more of it. Really, you have a card on the dresser? Yeah. Yep. Yes, everyone. So wonderful. If you'd like to book a reading with me, a private reading, email me at providencetarotkendrick@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram. I am at NYC Kendrick. I am also at Kendrick NYC. And of course, Providence Tarot. I really do have to go to Home Depot, and it's getting late. What time is it? It is only 5:30, but you know I'm getting old. I was born in 1983. So yes, you guys, you're completing some things. Some things are ending. Some things have ended. Some things are beginning. You're feeling overwhelmed by some things, but you're holding your own. You've got to let go of some things so that you can receive some things. New emotional opportunities, emotional abundance are coming in. 77, okay, cool, work. Yes, so I'm going to try to, once I'm done with these mid-Februaries, then I'm going to go ahead and go into Pisces season and start doing some stuff there. I will do the live video to talk about, just whatever you guys want to talk about. If you guys have questions or if you want to ask me anything or questions about me or about, yourself, that's fine too. Yeah. I read at Shanti Bookshop and Crystal Gallery on Sundays from 12 to 4. Sometimes I extend my time there. And that is on 14th Street. It's 230 East 14th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenues. Yeah. Also, if you're in New York City and you want to have like a party or something and you'd like to have me there as a reader, you can email me and see, if we can get that going. Yes, look for me. You're in New York? Yes? Okay. All right, Libra. It's probably going to take forever for this video to go up. But I'm going to leave you guys now. And, no matter what the challenges are, you guys can get through it. We can get through it. Heal yourself, and then you'll be able to step into life with a new sense of purpose, more confidence and attitude to really do you unapologetically be there for people when they need you. I feel like you are doing that. You're just dealing with like the remnants of some situations in your present energy. But most of all of the fives that came up are sort of like changing because the Five of Pentacles here in the moon position, or like the Five of Wands in the past, and then like what's echoing, what came out on its own was the Five of Cups. So, in the present energy and all the future energy, the energy is good, right? You got the Chariot movement forward, Queen of Cups in the future, movement forward, Queen of Wands in the future, on your game as far as business goes, and the Ace of Cups at the top, being provided more emotional awareness for yourself, right? You're more emotional aware of what it is that you need for you. And that's good. You're creating some boundaries there. You're committed to creating some boundaries out of the severity that you've experienced. All right, let me go because this video is getting really long. I love you guys. And I'm so glad that I was able to help you with these messages from these cards. I'm going to go to Home Depot and I might have like a something. Ireland, I would love to come. My ex, my former partner, we were together for like 10 years, a little bit longer than that if you count like me moving back in, period, just like briefly over the summer. He's half English. I've never been to England, though. Love and light. Yeah, follow me on Instagram, you guys. I post a lot of different stuff. I'm a dance teacher. I teach ballet, so... All right, now... The Tower. So something is ending, something is coming in, something is changing forever. And actually, something like this happened for me already today. And it's the 16th. Look at that. First stage of spiritual enlightenment. So you probably already gone through some stages of spiritual enlightenment, but this is the beginning of a new phase. And this is the first stage of that phase. Ireland. Oh, yes, I would love to. Let's do an event in Ireland, right? I would love it. I would love it. Yes, follow me on IG, everybody. The Empress came out, too, in terms of this Tower card. Right? So this is literally us, Libra. And this is Mars. Mars, Venus. Mars, bye. I'm accepting myself. Venus, Libra, love. Thank you so much. I love you guys. All right, so I will see you guys soon, okay? Let's end the video. Yeah, Libras. Goodbye.